Alright, so good morning everyone. Welcome to Code Your Future 40 Minutes Coding Workshop for non-coders in partnership, of course, with DICT Region 8. I am King and I will be your host for this morning. So, I just wanted to ask our mga participants, is this your first time to join a coding workshop with StackTrek, especially in partnership with DICT? If first time yung mag-join, just type 1 and type 2 naman kung second time niyo or maybe 3 kung pang third time niyo na sumali dito sa StackTech Coding Workshop. Okay, so check natin yung comment section kung sino ba yung mga first timer na magko-code. Okay, so we have here Renz. So yan. So hello pala, good morning everyone. So flooded tayo ng mga greetings ng good morning from our participants. So good morning everyone and I hope na successfully makapag-code kayo ng inyong first code. So, and medyo madami-dami pala yung mga first timer natin na coding. Oh, si Jurgen, second time niya na mag-join ng coding workshop. So, how you guys feeling naman? So, this is gonna be your first time to try to code, 'di ba? Parang ano naman yung nafi-feel nyo. So, you can type din also sa comment section kung ano yung feeling nyo right now. Kung excited ba kayo, kinakabahan ba kayo, or baka overwhelmed ba kayo or ano. So, you can just type them in our comment section. Ayan. So, si Renz excited siya. So, I hope na you bring your excitement, Renz, later on or everybody else later on sa pagko-code nyo. Okay. And of course, please do share our live stream to your friends or live stream link to your friends and family. And remember to use the hashtag CodeYourFuturePH. And of course, there will also be an info session later on after the workshop. So please kindly stay for a bit later naman. Okay. So just to give an introduction kung ano yung CYF, since most of you guys are first timers to join this coding workshop. So let me just explain a bit of information about CYF. So CYF is an initiative with the Department of Information and Communications Technology. So this initiative aims to elevate more Filipinos to become tech professionals through tech education. So bakit nga ba tech industry? So why choose the tech industry? It's because first, highest salary profession in any industries. Second, high demand. So since right now yung technology talaga is fastly growing, so it's really high demand to have a lot of professionals in the tech industry. Third, work flexibility and you may be able to work remotely, and lastly, no formal education required. So yun yung some of the things that you have to consider kung bakit kung bakit pwede nyong i-consider or bakit kailangan nyo i-consider si tech industry. So just joining Code Your Future can be your stepping stone to becoming a successful tech professional. So of course, I know that you guys are very much first timer to try to code. So you're not alone naman in this tech journey. So you may join the CYFFB community and connect with our fellow or with your fellow Filipinos. So you can get the latest updates there. And of course, don't forget to join this Code Your Future FB community where you can connect with your fellow Filipinos and career shifters. So marami din naman dito na hindi talaga galing sa tech industry. So you would be able to relate and you would be able to share your stories with them and then get mga parang help from if you're starting your journey na no, in the career industry, you will be able to connect with them and ask them questions. Ano ba yung mga dapat gawin? Ano yung mga first timers na tips, ganyan. So, you can also get the latest updates there on upcoming events and coding workshops. So, sa Code Your Future, we have different events upcoming. So, ano naman yan? Annually, we do different events with Code Your Future. So, if you want to be updated with all of those events, you can just join this Code Your Future FB community. Okay, so I know that para hindi natin masyadong matagal na 'no, let's introduce our speaker or our director who will be giving us opening remarks. Let's all welcome from DICT Regional Office 8, Director Felix Estabanao Jr.
To StackTrek, the sponsoring company for this event. to the OIC of Technical Operations Division, Engineer Dante P. Rosales, to the PUCAL for ILCDB, and the Provincial Officer for DICT Biliran Province, Ms. Hazel D. Martinez, to Mr. Ayan Conan Wanico, who coordinates and publishes announcement for this webinar, to all the attendees who are students, lifelong learners, already professionals, but might want a career change, considering that our participants come from various backgrounds. I welcome you all to the coding workshop for the non-coders. This event is a collaboration between DICT and Region 8 and StackTrek, a training partner of the companies you wish to join. They give more than simply coding skills. They also provide for self-development and career advancement. Are you familiar with coding? You may be curious about what it is comprises and why it may be desirable. Coding is a synonym for computer programming and software development. Typically, these courses are deemed appropriate for high school and university students. However, this webinar will explain coding so that even non-coders may appreciate programming's technicalities. I extend my deepest gratitude to Star Trek for hosting this event. It will equip our participants with the skills necessary to pursue a tech profession, transforming the Philippines into the world-leading tech hub. Thank you once more to the ILCDB training staff, headed by Ms. Hazel D. Martinez, and all attendees of this webinar. Have a wonderful learning experience, everyone. Once again, good morning.
All right. So thank you very much, Director Felix, for that very warm welcome to our participants for today. Before I forgot, um, we are actively looking for or calling for volunteers naman for our Code Your Future. So you can sign up now at bit.ly/code your future dash volunteer. So if you're interested to be part of our team in upcoming events and upcoming webinars, so yeah, you can just sign up now. Okay, so now we're diving into the most exciting part of this event, and I know that you guys are very much excited na to learn or to code your first to program your first code. So yan. So if you have any problems during the workshop, just type them in the comment section and our team will be assisting you. So let's proceed to the coding workshop, and we have here our the StackTrek's very own product manager. We have Ariesa ko. Good morning, Ariesa.
Hello, good morning, King. Am I
Good
audible?
morning. Yeah, yeah, audible naman.
Alright. Okay. Sige. Okay, so hello everyone. So I hope you guys are comfortable wherever you are. So at yun yung ano no, yung isang advantage sa tech industry no, we could work wherever we want to wherever we want to, no? Sometimes companies do offer flexible time in stuff like that. So sige. Start with a quick introduction. Okay, wait lang. Okay. Okay. Sige. Wait lang. Okay. Ayun. Sige. Share. Oh, sorry. Okay. So as mentioned by one of my colleagues, Code Your Future is an initiative by StackTrek Enterprise. and DICT, or the Department of Information and Communication Technology. So pretty much, the mission is very simple: to produce more job-ready programmers. So when the pandemic was actually struck, no, the world, no, it shocked everyone. And during those times, not only we realize that we need to be careful, but also we realize the power of technology, how it would be able to help us move without going out sa bahay natin, without doing this kind of effort. So moving forward, technology evolves every day, every hour, and well, it's a booming industry that uh, you guys are very, very welcome to join. Okay? So we'll be using Python language for this session. So what do we mean by language? It's the same as in the Philippines. We have several languages. So we have Filipino, we have Ilonggo, we have Bisaya, so on and so forth. So it's the same in programming. We have several languages. But these languages, now, if you know already the logic on how to solve a certain problem, so later on when you kickstart your career, you will be able to be very, very flexible. As long as you know the fundamentals, you know the logics, you will be very, very flexible. Okay? So moving forward, what I'll be discussing to you are just the things that I want you guys to understand, especially in the fundamentals of programming. And if it's your first time doing um doing sorry for that, doing programming, it will be a bit of overwhelming, but it's okay. Moving forward, you will see these things. Now, if you really wanted to learn software development, so it's okay if you felt overwhelmed. That's very, very normal. But moving forward, when you do software development, di na kayo mahihirapan. Okay? So, data types. So basically, as the name implies, what are the types of data? Iba't ibang klaseng na name. Iba't ibang klase na data. Okay? So, it's the same as when you say, when pumunta kayo ng isang mall. Okay? There are different types of people you encounter. Okay, they're adults, they're children, they're infants. So parang ganon. We could classify that as parang ganon siya. So same as true with the data that we will be dealing. So we have here integers. So integers naman are basically just numbers. Okay, so numbers that do not have a decimal, or let's say a whole number. Okay, whole number yung integers. So yung next naman is floating point, or yung ibang language will be able to call this one as double. So what do you mean by double? So it means that the number has a parang, hindi siya whole number, 2.5, 2.7, 100.5, 16.15, 15.16, so on and so forth. So it has a decimal place. Okay? So, yun yung floating point. So, saan ba ito ginagamit? Okay? You need to make sure that you know where to use this data. So, what do I mean by that? So, if, for example, we're calculating for the age, so it means that kailangan whole number siya. Kasi age yun eh. So, hindi naman natin parang dinedeclare normally that I am 10.5 years old, 10.4 years old, so on and so forth. So normally, we declare it as I'm 10 years old. Okay? So, paano naman yung floating point? Saan to ginagamit? So, one quick example of using floating point, and if you use that one in measurements, in money, okay, so you use 2.5 kilos, 2.5 centimeters, okay, 2.5 grams, 100.50 pesos, money. So, pwede din naman siya sa temperature, 2.5 Celsius. Okay, so we use data types depending on their usage in your program. Okay, so we have here strict, so much food numbers. Now, we transition ourselves in letters. Okay, so Python string. So string are series of characters in which comprises of letters. So characters is equivalent to letters. Okay, so this is an example of a string. So later on, you'll be able to see how you can print strings, right? So conditionals. So it's an if-else statement. So every day we make decisions. Every day in our lives, we really make decisions. Okay, no matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, but moving forward, no, the moment we wake up, we are already making decisions. So what do you mean by that? Okay, I'll be waking up. What will I do? Will I eat my breakfast first, or will I attend the Code Your Future workshop? So in that pretty simple, straightforward example, you'll be able to see that from the moment you wake up, you are actually making decisions already. So that is where our conditionals comes in. So our program will be able to know what to do. Okay, so if, like for example, I'm going to school, what will the mode of transportation will I be taking on? So your condition can also be if allowance is equal to or greater than 50 pesos, then I'll be taking a taxi, for example. And if it's lesser than 50 pesos, then I need to take public jeepneys. Okay? So, depende siya. Okay? So, our lives are made of series of decisions that we are making bit by bit so that we'll be able to come up with a certain solution on that specific scenario. Okay, so as you can see here is a snippet of what we call flow chart. So as the name implies, flow. So it means that from this point, okay, you will be making a decision. Okay, true or false, this or that. Okay, so this is what you see in my screen is the example of what our coding playground looks like. Okay, so before I start in with some of my discussions, I'd like first for you guys to go into our workshop. Okay, so paano pupunta dyan? Oh, sorry. Need to switch my screen. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ayun. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Switch natin. Right. So what you can see in my screen is actually a StackTrek's marketplace, wherein you'll be able to find our bootcamp as well. Okay, if you really enjoyed doing your first program, then you could explore workshops. So under that, you have free courses. Okay, in there you could click this workshop. Okay, so once you're in, you'll be able to prompt in here. This is how it looks like. Then, sa gilid, there is a coding playground wherein you can click. Then you will be redirected in this page. Okay? Reload natin. Okay? So, once you are in the playground, please comment playground. Okay? I wanted to check if we are on the same page before we actually start. kindly comment playground if you are in the playground so that I'll know that we are of the same page. Okay? All right. So let's wait for a bit for the others to go into our playground. So, okay. So while we are waiting for the others, I'd like to discuss the problem that we are solving. So not the actual na problem talaga, no, na parang um, mahirap. But then this will be able to help. No? You'll be able to see the beauty of programming. Okay? Ayun, sorry. All right. So let's try to. Okay. You guys see my screen? So not yet. I'll try to put here. Sorry for that. Yan. I'll be sharing my screen. All right. Ayun. ayun. Sige. Let's try to discuss the things that we will be using. Okay. So this is a common problem, or di naman. But well, it's a something that we should be able to relate on. Now, it's pretty much the lunar year season already, or the Chinese New Year. So usually in cities we have the Chinatown. Okay, so I've tried to integrate this problem to what we are currently experiencing. So dito, in some provinces as well, and Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao are having festivities. So well, for this year, the lunar year, okay, or the Chinese New Year will be this Sunday, January 22, 2023. Okay, so it's the year of the rabbit. Okay, so during Chinese New Year, a lot of people, so not just Chinese, but even Filipinos actually adopted the giving of red envelopes. Okay, not only during Chinese New Year, but during weddings, during birthdays, during special occasions, we actually wrap, okay, our gifts, especially if it's a monetary gift, in a red envelope. So that includes giving dun sa mga ano natin, na mga inaanak natin, even our siblings, etc. So, if especially if it's money, so nilalagay natin siya sa red envelope, or in Chinese, no, in Hokkien, it's called ang pao. Okay? So, our problem here is that, okay, we always need to know the budget. Okay, we always need to know the budget. Okay, so in order for us to track our expenses efficiently, we need to know the budget for this kind of occasion per se. Like for example, it's come Sunday, you will be meeting with a lot of your relatives, a lot of your family, family members. Then you are tasked to do the budgeting. Okay, you have a certain amount, then you wanted to buy food, okay? And the rest would be spent giving children or kids in your family ang pao, or the red envelope. So first, you need to budget. Then you check if, okay, ilan ba yung magagastos to sa food? Say, per se, you have 5,000 yung budget. Food, the food will be 2,000, and the others will be distributed. So inputs. Sorry for the electricity bill. This should be minimum budget per person. So, budget, okay, ano yung totality or budget that you can spend on a certain program or a certain event. Okay? Ilan yung food? Okay? Ilan yung magagastos sa food? So, number of people to receive ang PAW. O ilan ba yung tao na makaka-qualified na makakapag-receive ng angpao. Then, minimum budget per person for that angpao and the maximum budget per person. So, this is a sample input. Okay? So, we will be having the sample output as well. Budget is enough per person. Angpao budget is 1,800 pesos per person. Then, angpao per person is 600 pesos. Okay? Sorry. Angpao budget is 1,800. Angpao per person is 600. Okay? And the remaining budget na pwede mong isave is 1,200 pesos. Okay? So, let's try to code this one. Okay. Okay. Try to stop and present again. Alright. So, if you have questions, no, bit by bit, we will try to address that one. Alright. So, ayun. So, please do not forget to select a language. So, select the language, Python. Okay? So, palakihan natin onti. Alright. So, let's try to... Okay. Let's start. So, as mentioned kanina, we get inputs from the user. Like per se, ano yung ibig sabihin ng input? Kasi name, okay? Inputs yun. Okay, so for this program, we will be getting the budget. Okay, is equal to float, okay, open close parenthesis, because yung budget is money. If you could remember, I told you that if it's money, you need to put float. So, it means that dito sa code natin, okay, it means that by default, kasi nakastring siya, then what you're doing here is parsing. So, in layman's term, when we say parsing, it's just converting a certain data type into a data type that we wanted it to be. So, by default, it's a string. So, it means that it reads as a letter, okay, or characters na hindi mo ma-calculate. So, it's important for us to convert this one into string because we will be able to know that, okay, this value should be part of the calculation. Okay? So, food underscore cost. Okay, so make sure that your spelling is correct because later on in the program, you need to check on your spelling. Kasi iba yung matatawag na variable o magkaka-error kayo. Number of people. So also make sure that when you actually try to code, things are understandable. So what do you mean by that? Variables are like containers. So we store values there. So what do you mean by container? So by layman's term, if you talk about a certain container, you put something in it. Okay, you put your chips, you put your candies, or whatsoever. Okay, so it holds a certain value. Okay, so number of people is integer because wala naman 1.5 persons, right? It should be a whole number. Input, okay, minimum budget per person. equal to, if it's budget, so it means, oy, okay, pera siya. So float, okay, input, open. Right, maximum budget per person. Okay, float, sorry. Tama pala, sorry. It means pera din siya. So, input, open, close. Right. So, once you're done with the inputs, I wanted you guys to type in input. Okay? Let's do this one bit by bit so that you guys could catch up. No? Let's do this bit by bit. Okay, so if you're done, kindly comment inputs. Okay? If you're done, kindly comment inputs. Okay, then I'll wait for you guys so that we are all the same page. Okay? If you guys are done, kindly comment input. Alright. It's good to know. Alright. See you again. So next in line is to calculate. Do some calculations. So pretty much simple calculations lang to guys. So ang POW budget is equal to budget minus the food cost. Okay? Then yung ang POW per person is equal to ang POW budget. Sorry, my bad. Divided by the number of people. Okay? So for our calculations, let's try to check first if we really are on the same page. So let's try to print. So hindi pa to tapos. Print function, it means that ito yung makikita ito yung mga output natin. Okay? So, ang POW budget. Okay? So another print. Okay, ang POW per person. Okay, so what we have here. So basically, okay, it's not yet done guys. I just wanted to for us to do bit by bit. Okay, so let's try to test first. Okay, so yung budget natin, dito tayo sa custom input sa ilalim. Okay, let's say 5,000 tayo. Tapos yung food cost naman will be 2,000. Tapos yung number of people will be 3. Tapos yung minimum budget per person is 600. Then yung maximum natin will be 700. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 inputs. So let's try to execute first our code. Okay, so dapat yung budget will be 3,000 for the ang POW. So paano nangyari yan? So 5,000, this one, minus 2,000 for the food cost, that's 3,000. So 1,000 per person yung budget ng ang POW. So how do we do that? So ang POW per person is the ang POW budget, which is this one, 3,000 divided by the number of people, which is 3. That is equal to 1,000 pesos. Okay? So, once you're done, okay, kindly comment in calculations. Okay? Once you're done, kindly comment in calculations. Okay? You should be able to get this one, this output, if you put this custom input. Okay, so I'll be sharing to you the custom input here. Okay, then yung output naman should be this one for us to be able to know that we are on the same page. So, testing lang siya. Okay? So, ang pao. Okay? Who doesn't want ang pao, right? Okay. Right, so let's wait for it for a bit. Okay, so far so good. If you have questions or if you're experiencing some technical difficulties, just kindly comment in our session. Okay? Right, so far so good tayo. So let's try to erase this one. Okay? Kasi sabi ko, sample lang naman to. Okay. Okay. So now, let's try to do our conditions. Okay? So, if, okay, make sure that nasa gilid kayo. Okay? Because tabbing is very, very important when we use the Python language. So, minimum budget per person, okay, which is this one, okay, is less than, sorry, it's greater than, okay, max, syempre, kailangan yung minimum is less than. So, yung purpose din ng, let's say, ano bang tawag? Conditionals is to actually check, na parang checker. Okay? Maximum budget per person. Okay? So, colon. Okay? Inside that one, you press enter, dapat nandito kayo. Okay? Dapat may isang tab. Okay, ano yung print natin? Oops, invalid to. Kasi dapat, mas malaki yung max budget per person kaysa sa minimum. So, invalid input. Okay? Minimum budget should be greater than maximum budget. Okay? So, next. Okay? Magta-tab tayo. Okay? It should be aligned here. Okay? So, make sure that things are aligned. Oh, sorry. My bad. It should not be aligned. Sorry. Okay? Okay. So, else if. Okay? Ano yung mangyayari? If. Okay, else if. Ang PAW per person, okay, is less than a minimum budget per person, okay, colon, ano yung mangyayari dito? So, print, okay, open, close parenthesis, F, okay. So, F is part of printing natin, no? So, budget is not enough per person. Then, syempre, UX-wise, you need to make sure that they know, okay, ano yung budget natin. It's only curly brackets, okay, ang PAW per person. Okay? So, curly brackets natin to. Right. So, yung ang PAW per person natin should be less than the minimum budget. Okay? Kasi yung budget natin, let's say 500 yung minimum. Then, yung ang PAW per person na makukuha mo by calculation is just 200. So, ito yung lalabas. Okay. Then, else, yung elif is equal to else if. Else, Okay, ganito yung mangyayari. Else, if, okay, ang PAW per person is greater than max budget per person, okay, colon, okay, next line tayo. Ang PAW per person, okay, is equal to max budget per person. Okay? Next, ang PAW budget, okay, paano natin makukuha yun? It's basically ang PAW per person is multiplied by the number of ball. Okay? So, ito na siya. So that you'll be getting the budget for the ang PAW. Ilan ba yung tao na bibigyan mo? Okay? So next, you need to go out of the if statement. Okay, what do you mean by that? Kailangan align siya dito, yung next statement mo. Remaining budget is equal to budget minus food cost minus ang PAW, should be minus, ang PAW budget. Okay? So once you're done with the conditionals, we'll be able to check that one in the printing section, which is the next section. Okay? But first, I want you guys to comment conditionals if you're done with this part, so that we will be able to move forward with the last part. Okay? Kindly comment conditionals. Okay? So yung next part natin is printing. So we'll be able to see if our conditions, okay, adhere with what we want. Okay? Sige. So usually, fun facts din. But we usually, yung isang funny na mga parang idiom is if you greet someone in Chinese New Year, you say, Happy Chinese New Year, and where's my red envelope? So that's the usual that people are saying. So in Mandarin, it says Kong Si Fa Cai, Hong Pao Nalay. It means that okay, Happy New Year. Could I get my red envelope? So parang ganun yung gist niya. So, red envelope or the ang pao during Chinese New Year does not only mean getting money, but it also gives that person parang by belief, a luck. Parang ganun siya. Okay, let's wait for, let's say, another minute. Okay, conditionals. Okay, so hopefully you guys are feeling lucky in the next in the year of the rabbit. Hopefully everything will work well. Okay, good. You guys could kickstart your career in web development, then or whichever endeavors you wanted to engage with. So minsan meron tayo parang, okay, if you're year of the rat, ito yung horoscope mo, career-wise, financial-wise. So usually yun yung uso pag Chinese New Year or Lunar Year. Okay. All right. So let's try to print the last part. So printing. So print. Okay. Yung F natin kanina. Okay. So that we'll be able to print variables inside. So, budget, okay, is enough per person. Okay. Then the ang pao. Okay. Ang pao budget, Okay, open, close curly bracket para maglagay tayo ng variables. So, variables, again, are containers. So, these are just strings. Okay, these are strings. But ito, okay, this is what you call variables. Okay, so, ang pao budget. Ito yung budget natin. So, lagay tayo ng page. Next, print. Okay, open, close parenthesis. F, double quote. Okay, ang pao per person. Okay, ito yung bibigay mo. Okay, ito, curly brackets. Then you put here ang pao per person. Okay, tapos page pizza. Okay, so ang pao per person. Last but not the least, okay, print, F, double quote, okay, remaining budget. So this is very important, especially if you're thrifty. You wanted to get, okay, if you wanted to get your remaining balance or remaining budget, okay, ilan pa ba yung pwede kong magastos the next event? Ganon. So, remaining budget, okay, okay, so let's try our program. Okay, so let's try. So, punta tayo dito sa custom input. So, again, we could use this custom input. So, let's try now. Kasi iba yung output na natin. Okay, so let's try to execute the code. So, it's okay if you run into errors. Just put in our chat. No? Budget is enough. Ang POW budget is 2,100. Ang POW per person is 700. And may pera ka pang natira. So, 2,100, paano nangyari yan? Because ang POW budget is the ang POW per person multiplied the number of people. Okay? So, yung ang POW per person naman is 700 multiplied by 3. So, this is your ang POW budget. Then, yung remaining naman is 9,000 pesos. Okay? So, 9,000, sorry. 900 pesos. Kasi, if you take a look at this, yung food pa natin, which is 2,000. So, you need to deduct. So, 3,000 lang yung remaining natin. So, 3,000 minus 2,100, that's 900 pesos. Okay? So, once you're done, kindly comment Happy Chinese New Year. Okay? So, Happy Chinese New Year. If you're done with the program, kindly comment Happy Chinese New Year. So, if you have questions or concerns, kindly ask in the chat. So, I can see some of your comments here. Can't find the playground. So, as what I've mentioned, it's in, okay, it's actually in the course that you are enrolled in. Okay, you have here coding playground. Then, when you click this one, you will be redirected here. Okay? Okay. Yun. So, F means na, if you're printing, if you use F, you'll be able to merge, okay, easily. So, F print yung tawag. The, ano bang tawag to? Text, no? Then, yung text can be merged with the variables. So, variables. Ito yung ginagamit natin for calculations, ganon. So, yun. Alright. So, pretty much, that's it on my end. So, hopefully, you guys had a good time doing your first ever coding or program. So, software development is a long way to go. And it's pretty much normal to get errors nung una, ma-overwhelm, ganun. It's pretty much a normal thing. So, if you really want it, I assume that you'll be able to get it talaga. So, I think I'm done with my workshop. So, thank you so much for your time today. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next workshop. Okay, I'll give the floor back to you.
Thank you very much, Ariasa, for that very informative na programming instructions or programming workshop to our first time na mga coders. So yan, ang dami nang bumabati ng Happy Chinese New Year daw or
Oo nga eh,
sa comment
tapos na nila.
section. Okay, congratulations guys for for finishing your first code, no. So again, thank you very much, Ariasa, for sharing your knowledge to our first time coders. So for those who are not yet done with their code, you find the full code at bit.ly/CYF-Jan 20 full code. So we will be sharing it in the comment and makikita nyo rin siya sa banner. So yung mga hindi pa natin tapos na mga first time coders or mga coders natin, you can uh, view or find the full code here. So flash on your screens. And of course, for the certificate, or we'll need to screenshot your full code to get your digital certificate. For the certificate naman, submit your information on the following link. So it's bit.ly/CYF Region 8. Ayan. So while waiting for others to finish, no? So congratulations everyone for successfully running your code for 40 minutes and you still have a lot of opportunities ahead of you. So this start pa lang to. So kung may balak na kayo mag-shift ng career into the tech industry, so this gonna be a stepping stone for you. So kung medyo na-excite ka, no, na maganda pala mag-code or nakaka-excite pala mag-code. So yeah, so we are inviting you to join at the StackTrek's Full Stack Coding Bootcamp if you think na coding is really for you. And to learn more, please help me welcome StackTrek's very own head of growth, Haifa Karina Baluyas.
To pursue a career as a coder in the IT industry, but isn't confident with your skills or with having zero or minimal experience, then this opportunity is for you. In the next few minutes, you'll learn about the StackTrek Full Stack Bootcamp that trains you to become a job ready programmer in just 4 months. So, as you can see here, you have two options. The first one is the co living bootcamp. This is the first of its kind here in the Philippines as it combines both learning and lifestyle into one exciting and rewarding experience. It means you will be living in one building with other boot campers and you will be able to leverage all of the amenities and the social experience of learning with other boot campers. And then the other option is digital. It is virtual. That means you can take this boot camp anywhere. By anywhere, it means if you are in the province, then you can take this boot camp at the comforts of your home. Or if you enjoy traveling, then you can also take the boot camp while you are traveling. Now, for you to be able to understand and get a picture of what exactly are we going to do when we enter the boot camp. So, let's assume that you already applied and earned a slot in the boot camp. Here in the next few minutes, you can also imagine and also experience virtually what it is like, what you will be doing, and what will be the experience like learning with StackTrek. So the first thing that you do in your day is have the daily discussions with your trainers and peers. So since you will be building real world applications, always remember that in this bootcamp, we focus on your practical skills, the skills that you can really use and immediately practice. And in your daily discussions with your trainer, you will be covering various topics. And the topics that you will be covering will depend based on what module you are in during that day or during that week. So remember, you are building real world applications, and the benefit here for you, especially if you have zero experience yet, is that at the end of the boot camp, you will already have a bunch of projects that can showcase your skills based on the real world applications that you already built. So the next thing that you do after your daily discussions with your trainers and peers is that you now go on and do and complete your hands-on coding modules. It also covers advanced curriculum. We want to focus on the topics and the skills that is relevant today, not relevant 5 years ago, but relevant today and in the future as well. So after you go through the module, do the exercises, learn the things that you need to learn, once you hit a bump or you're having a difficulty, the platform or the bootcamp has a one-on-one live trainers capability. And what exactly is this? So in just one click, when you are having a problem with the exercises that you're doing or the project that you are doing, in just one click, you get connected to the next available trainer, and then you will be able to chat with that trainer immediately. So you can share your screen with the trainer, you can code together with your trainer, and you can discuss with the trainer with the challenges that you are having. As you can see, it's quite different because as you code together with your trainer, it feels like it's very interactive and it's very personal because the trainer is focused on you as you try to learn that specific skill or try to resolve that specific challenge. So here we would like to show you what it is like. So here we have an example of a trainer named John, and John is talking with his trainer and trying to consult the problem that he is having. So on the right side, there is that chat, and then at the middle is you can see the code that they are working or coding together. And this is an example of one of the projects from one of our boot campers. So they are building real world applications so that at the end of the boot camp, again, you will have a portfolio ready that showcases your acquired skills. But one of the important things that we also would like to highlight is that in this boot camp, it's not just about the technologies that you learn. At the start of the boot camp, you are going to focus on the module that builds you your core foundation. And having a strong coding foundation allows you to learn different technologies faster. The full stack bootcamp has demo days. So we have demo days each month. And what I will show you is one of the websites built by one of the programmers, and that he was able to build this website in just 1 month in the bootcamp. So as you can see, even if you have zero background, the bootcamp is beginner friendly enough for you to understand and be able to build websites even if you have zero background. In the StackTrek bootcamp, the platform that you will be using is the most advanced training technology here in the Philippines. And the big difference here, we are more focused and having you do more coding hours. If you do more hands-on, you are able to apply immediately the skills that you just learned. The more you apply the skills, the more you realize the things that you need to improve on. And as you learn and apply these skills, you get better and better at it. There you have two options, the co-living and the digital. Digital is virtual, so you can take this one anywhere. And co-living is that you will be living with other boot campers and learning at the same time. Now, we would like to add more details on what the co-living is like. So the co-living bootcamp, you don't have to worry about anything else but to learn and experience life. You don't have to worry about spending for food anymore. It is already covered. Also, the accommodation is also included. The good thing about it is that beyond just learning, of course, we need to live our lives. There is a rooftop wherein if you need a breather, you can just be there, get some air. There are lounges that you can chill around. So in the co-living bootcamp, it's really different than just a typical bootcamp You learn because that's the main thing that you want to do in the bootcamp. But also, there are in person sessions wherein you get inspired from people from the industry. In the co living bootcamp, there are barbecue nights, movie nights, and weekend parties that you can be part of and socialize. You can also leverage on the amenities and gym program. This is what it looks like to be part of the co-living bootcamp. It's very different. You learn, but at the same time, you have fun. So the co-living bootcamp is situated mainly around BGC and Makati. So you can imagine that if you want to also go out, it's BGC is just 5 minutes walking distance. And the benefits of being part of the bootcamp is that we have job partners wherein we negotiated with them that if you are a graduate of the bootcamp, you will have at least 25 to 30K starting salary. And this is quite high considering that you have zero experience and you are still starting out. So one of the key benefits here at StackTrek Full Stack Bootcamp is that more than just a learning, we help you accelerate your career. So don't worry about having zero experience. Don't worry about being a non-coder and you want to enter the industry. Because if you finish and be a graduate of the bootcamp, you already have guaranteed job interviews. And if you graduate at the top 30, then you have guaranteed job offers already. There's no stopping you in getting the IT industry. As long as you are with the StackTrek Full Stack Bootcamp, then the opportunities for you is beyond just learning. It goes over to you landing your first job and landing a highly paying job as well. So here, why IT? These are just the published rates of IT today. If you have 1 to 4 years, you will be earning on average 45K monthly. If with 5 years, you will be earning around 80K. As you level up, let's say to senior manager, you can even go to 172,000 for your monthly salary. Once you are able to enter the IT industry, the first step is the hardest, but once you are already in, over opportunities are left and right. So you really have high earning potential once you are able to enter the IT industry. And with that one, if you are interested, you can apply now. The link is here below. It's bit.ly/StackTrek Bootcamp application. And if you have questions, then feel free to find us on Facebook. You can message us there. And we hope that the StackTrek Full Stack Bootcamp is one of the opportunities that you will leverage on as you enter the IT industry and land your first tech job. And with that one, thank you so much, everyone, and have a good day.
All right. So thank you so much, Haifa, for sharing the information, the intensive information or informative information about full stack bootcamp of StackTrek. So I hope to see yung mga first time coders natin at our bootcamp. Okay. So just to give you again the link to see the full code, it's bit.ly/CYF-Jan20 full code, or we will be naka-flash siya sa screen. And again, for certificate of participation, you may submit your information at bit.ly/CYF region A. Okay, so if you have any questions about the StackTrek Bootcamp, again, you can message us on FB or Facebook. It's fb.com/StackTrek. And of course, if you're interested in improving your programming skills while earning prizes, the largest online programming league is opening soon. So that is Stack League. And of course, Stack League is also conducting tech sessions or numerous tech sessions with digital certificates. So if you're interested to get certified with these events, so we have on January 24, it's Stack League Angular PH, Introduction to Azure Fluid Relay, on January 24th, Tuesday, 6 p.m. We also have our Stack League GDGCDO, The Impact of Typography on User Experience on January 31, Tuesday, again at 6 p.m. And you can also email us at info@stacktrek.com for any questions. And you may also get the latest updates for future coding workshops at fb.com/stacktrek/events. And also you can follow and get latest updates from DICT Region 8. It's fb.com/DICT Regional Office 8. All right. So okay, so don't forget to join again our Code Your Future FB community if you want to be parang gusto niyo makihalubilo sa mga same first timers na coders or yung mga yung mga talagang professional natin sa tech industry, and if you have any questions about their profession. And on behalf of StackTrek team, I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining the Code Your Future 40 Minutes Coding Workshop for Non-Coders in partnership with the ICT Region 8. This has been your host, King. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.